Alright, listen up. You know what I love? Pokemon. You know what I don't like? Dumb pieces of garbage who don't know nothing about Pokemon. Okay, this is a piece of garbage, but it's not you. Okay, this is you. You're an even smaller, more insignificant piece of fucking garbage, and you don't know nothing about breeding Pokemon. So that's why I made this. Jacob's Guide to Breeding Pokemon. Let's get started. We got a lot to cover. First, let's say you got a lady Maractus, pretty lady. You got a male Maractus, handsome male Maractus, and they fuck, and they can make Pokemon eggs. Okay, but it doesn't have to be Pokemon of the same species. Alright, let's say you got like Skitty and Wailord here. Here's a famous one. They can fuck, but this isn't to scale. This is to scale. This is a more accurate scale of Skitty to Wailord. This is real, okay, which provides some kind of disturbing mental images. Okay, so either it's just not going to happen, but it can happen, so there must be some different option. So either this, which just is impossible, or there's this, which is, also probably not going to happen, or there's my personal favorite, which is this one. Here it is, zoomed out just a little bit more. They make it work somehow. Let's not think about it too very hard. Let's say you got a Ditto, okay? Anything can breed with Ditto, alright? You got Hawlucha here, he's raring to go, he's not even a female, okay? How are you gonna get pregnancy without a female? We're not Jesus over here. You know what? All you need is Ditto, and you fucking make it work. Alright, now, here's a few things that the average Pokemon trainer may want to breed for. You got Egg moves, Nature, you got IVs, you got Ability. Let's take care of them in that order. Now, Egg moves. Let's say you got a Hippopotas here. Nice, cute Hippopotas. He knows Fisher. Okay, and you've got a Wailord here. You want the Wailord to know Fisher. How's that going to happen? Well, all they do is fuck. And now, the male Hippopotas, who's got Fisher, he's going to pass that on to the female Wailord. And they're going to make a baby Wailord of indiscriminate gender. We see this one's a male here. Very important, you start with a female Wailord and a male Hippopotas. It's the female who passes on what kind of Pokemon it is, not the male. The male, they just get the pleasure of it. Alright, now, we got a Wailord that knows Fisher. Now, we want to get that into a Torkoal to also get the Torkoal to know Fisher. It's the similar process. They bone, you got a Torkoal with Fisher. Bam. We're ending, we're happy. Now, what happens, instead of a female Pokemon, you got a Ditto. So you got a male Wailord here with a Randy Ditto. Doesn't matter, passes on Fisher to the baby anyway. Boom. So we got... this is called chain breeding. So we start with a Hippopotas with Fisher. We gave that to Wailord. Wailord gave it to Torkoal. These two cannot breed directly, Hippopotas and Torkoal, but now since we chain bred, we got that on there. Now, this is option number 1. This used to be the only way to do it. Now, in Pokemon Scarlet Violet, we got another way to do it. Let's look at that a little bit more. So, we got the same thing. We got Hippopotas here. Hippopotas knows Fisher. This is a male Hippopotas with Fisher, importantly. Now, we got a female Torkoal, and the Torkoal's got an empty move slot. We want to fill that empty move slot with Fisher. Importantly, the Pokemon receiving here must have an open move slot. Also, I may have said before, this is a male Hippopotas, doesn't matter. Male, female, Hippopotas, male, female, Torkoal, whatever, doesn't matter, we just need it to get Fisher. Very important here, the Torkoal has an empty move slot. This box here represents empty move slot. So it's got... a maximum of 3 moves known. You may have to delete one to get it that way. Now, very important, we need an item called the Mirror Herb. So we take that Mirror Herb, this is a Mirror Herb, and we give it to Torkoal, the Pokemon that we want to receive the move. The Hippopotas here, doesn't matter. It can have the Mirror Herb, it can have anything else, doesn't matter. The Torkoal, the one receiving the move, needs the Mirror Herb. Now, those two are, they're not going to fuck, they're going to cuddle platonically. Because this is Scarlet Violet, and we're just going to take them on a picnic. Even though these two cannot breed directly, they can have a good time. Nice platonic cuddling. And now what that results in is we got Hippopotas, doesn't change. That one still knows Fisher. Then we got Torkoal, that empty move slot, since it's holding a Mirror Herb, has been replaced with Fisher. Hip hip hurrah, it's the same thing, but no fucking, it's a lot easier. It is way easier to do this method and not the other method. This saves so much goddamn time. Now, the Pokemon, they don't even have to breed with each other. Like, fucking Esper here with Hawlucha, they can't breed. What if you're an unlovable sack of shit that no one will ever breed with ever? Not even you, a piece of fucking garbage. You're like, fuck that, I ain't fucking with that. Doesn't matter. As long as it's holding a Mirror Herb, okay, it can be the most undesirable, unlovable, just fucking, there are no superlatives great enough. But, as long as it's got a Mirror Herb, it can get egg moves. Alright, now, that's egg moves. Do that second method, not the first one. Now we're on to nature. There are 25 natures available in the game. Each one increases one stat and decreases another stat. Where's HP? Natures can't affect HP. Why not? I'm not fucking Game Freak, dude. I don't know. But here's the grid we got. I made it color coordinated, hopefully, to make the visuals better. Now, let's say we want this Trubbish to fuck a Ditto. Okay? Trubbish, they've got the same nature even. We're helping out nature along. So what that produces is a Trubbish with any random nature. Doesn't matter. Nature's pretty random. Now, let's say we got the same species. We got Hawlucha on Hawlucha. Same species, and they got the same nature. What does that result in? Also a random nature. What if they fuck again? A different random nature. They just keep fucking and keep producing kids with different random natures. Sometimes it's the same nature. Sometimes it happens to line up. Sometimes it doesn't. That's nature. You got a 1 in 25 chance. Now, let's say we got these two Wailords. We got one with light blue nature. We got one with orange nature. Why did I pick these colors? Because it looks pretty on this gradient. This is not an official thing. So if you say someone, man, I got a Wailord with a light blue color, they're going to say, I don't know what that means. But what they will tell you is, man, you take an Everstone. This is an Everstone. You make one of the Pokemon that's breeding hold the Everstone. In this case, we gave it to the light blue Wailord. Now, what that will produce is a tiny little Limptic Logan Wailord here with the light blue nature. Because the light blue parent Wailord was holding the Everstone, it will guaranteed all the time 100% pass on that nature to the child. That's nature breeding. Now, you could also use a mint. But in that case, like, you can't pass it down. It just, like, it doesn't give the Pokemon the nature. It just sort of, like, overrides the buffs given by the nature. So if you breed, it doesn't change the nature for breeding. So if you use a mint, that Pokemon cannot pass down the minted nature. But that's neither here nor there. We got IVs. This isn't a fucking Pokemon competitive battling guide. This is a breeding guide. Alright, then you got IVs. IVs are sort of like a Pokemon's genetics in the same way that nature is sort of a Pokemon's disposition. IVs also influence the stat of a Pokemon. They're very important, and here's an example of that. So, we got a male Berserker here, and we got a female Meowstic here. Now, each Pokemon has 6 stats that can be influenced by IVs. HP, attack, defense, special attack, special defense, and speed. This lady Meowstic here, Mommy, she is ballin'. Mommy's got every single stat maxed out to its maximum value of 31 IVs. Dad, not so much. He's doing Garbo. He's only got 3s and everything. That's like 1/10 of the best. It's not great. It's rare to just find a Pokemon with stat distribution like this, but, you know, we're using this as an example. Now, these two lovebirds, they want to fuck. They're going to make a baby Esper when they fuck. What IVs are that baby Esper going to have? Great question. Step 1, the game randomly picks one of these stats. Either HP, attack, defense, special attack, special defense, or speed. It'll pick one at random, and let's say it randomly picks attack. Now, it's randomly picked attack. It does this process again, excluding anyone that it's already picked. So now that it's picked attack, it can pick HP, defense, special attack, special defense, or speed. Let's say it picks special defense. Why not? It then does this process one more time for a total of 3 times, and on the 3rd time it picks HP. Now that it's picked these 3 stats, it stops doing that, and it looks at all of the stats that it's picked, HP, attack, and special defense, and for each one of those, it chooses either the father or the mother. And these are all totally independent random choices. So let's say it randomly picks something like this. So it picks the dad's 3 HP, and it picks the mom's 31 attack and 31 special defense. It gives those directly to the child. The child just straight up inherits those. So the child gets 3 HP from the father, and it gets 31 attack and 31 special defense from the mother. So it just gets those, boom, for free. Now we've still got 3 empty slots. How do those 3 empty slots fill up? Random number generation. It picks a random number between 0 and 31, weighted on absolutely nothing. It's totally random, truly random as far as you need to know. And here's what that does. Bam. So it just fills those in with the random number between 0 and 31. This child happened to get 31 defense. Is that because the mother had 31 defense? No, that had no bearing on it. Sometimes the random number generation, it produces results that look like it may have some kind of rhyme or reason, but it really doesn't. So that's sort of the system there. It picks 3 stats among the mother and the father. For each of those stats, it picks either the mother or the father, and it just gives that to the child. Now, we're going to introduce some more factors into this. This example here. Neither parent was holding any item. Holding items are important. Toys are important in the bedroom. Let's say they want to go again. They want to fuck again. They want to have a second kid. The dad, he needs to make up for those 3 IVs and everything somehow, and he is going to use toys. That's right, we're using the Destiny Knot. Not only is it great for BDSM-related activities, it is also great for breeding Pokemon. So the dad needs all the help he can get. We're giving him the Destiny Knot. Why the father? It is arbitrary. We may as well give it to the mother, but, you know, the dad really needs help in this case, so we're giving it to him, apropos of nothing. Now, instead of the game randomly choosing 3 stats for the child to inherit, it picks 5. So essentially what it's doing is it is picking 1 stat that it ignores. So this time, now that we're holding the Destiny Knot, that's why it's picking 5 instead of 3. So let's say it picks everything but HP. So now we do the same thing again. For every stat except HP, the game decides either the mother or the father, and the child inherits those stats. So let's say it picked this, so the child is inheriting 3 attack and 3 special defense from the father, and 31 defense, 31 special attack, and 31 speed from the mother. Those just get copy-pasted onto the child. We still have 1 left over, and that one's going to be decided by good old random number generation, and let's say the RNG gives it 1. It did real bad, and in fact did worse than either parent. That's just the nature of RNG that way. I feel sorry for that Esper on the left, but on the plus side, it had a better odds of inheriting good stats from the mother, just by the nature that the game picked 5 instead of 3. Now, let's say we want a specific stat to get inherited. We're blanking all this out. We're on to a new example because I got bored. Now, let's say we got this Skitty. This is Dad's Skitty. Dad is looking fine. What a DILF that Skitty is. 31 in every single stat. It does not get better than that. But let's say we want another Skitty with 6 IVs at 31, the maximum value. Then we need a Mommy Skitty. Mommy, she's looking big. Is there a reason for that? No. What there is a reason for is Mommy's got every stat maxed out except for defense. So we want to guarantee that this Dad Skitty on the left passes down his 31 IVs to the child and not the mother's relatively worse 12 defense IVs. Now, once again, we need toys. In this case, we need the power... Oh, fuck. There's a graphic for that. Now, how do we do that? We need the power bracer. The power... That's not the power bracer, that's the power belt. Boom. The power belt, normally in non-breeding activities, what it does is it increases the EV yield of Pokemon using this in the defense stat. What the EVs mean, that's not important. You can't breed for EVs. You can breed for IVs, and the power belt helps with that. In total, there's 6 of these power items. We got the belt here. In addition to that, we got the power weight for HP, power bracer for attack, the power lens for special attack, we got the power band for special defense, and we got the power anklet for speed. In this case, since what we want is defense, we're giving the power belt to Dad Skitty here, the one with 31 in the stat that we want. By giving this particular parent the power belt, what the game's going to do is, okay, this Pokemon is holding the power belt, we're just honing in, zeroing in on this, the defense stat of the Pokemon holding this. There's no random selection, we're just hard picking this defense, and we're picking this specific parent because it's the one holding the power belt. With this, we can guarantee that the child will have this 31 special defense. The child will have 31 defense because this parent is holding the power belt. This is a lot of words to remember. So at the end of the day, the child is definitely going to have this parent's defense IV. That's all this means. We're done with that. You can combine that with the Destiny Knot to make it so that it chooses the 5 and it makes that particular one guaranteed. So really it's picking 4 and it's ignoring one of them. I didn't make a thing for that because I couldn't be bothered because I'm sort of bodging this together at the last minute. But combine the Destiny Knot and the power items, it's a lot easier to get 6 max IV kids. Now, we're moving on from that. We're on to ability. Pokemon, they can have a bunch of abilities. Let's say we got these 3 pairs of Pokemon. We got female Meowstic with male Berserker, we got female Meowstic with Logan, and we got female Meowstic with just a Ditto. Now, the dudes here, totally irrelevant. We're only looking at the ladies. The male, nothing happens with their abilities. We're only looking at the Pokemon who will pass down their species, which in this case is the female or the non-Ditto Pokemon. Now, let's say the first Meowstic here has ability H, meaning its hidden ability. Meowstic number 2 has ability K, meaning it's got its first non-hidden ability. And we got the Meowstic on the right, which has ability F, which means its second non-hidden ability. Okay? When we're breeding the Pokemon like this, we can make this handy chart for how likely it is that it'll pass down its ability. Now, every Pokemon is 60% likely to pass down its own ability to the child. So this first one with ability H, we're putting that in the top slot, and it's got 60%. So 60% chance that it passes down its ability exactly to its offspring. Any remaining percentage is split among the other abilities not yet mentioned. So ability K and F, this Meowstic doesn't have either of those abilities, so each one is equally likely to be passed down at 20%. This is how the breakdown works. So since this Meowstic has ability H, it is 60% likely to pass down ability H, and then equally likely to pass down either of the other ones. Now let's use the second example of Pokemon with ability K. It does not have the hidden ability, but I guess that's not what I picked first. So it's got ability K. Ability K is 60% likely. Now, what about the hidden ability? The hidden ability is now outside of its sort of ability to pass down. It cannot pass down the hidden ability no matter what. Because it does not have the hidden ability, it cannot breed down a hidden ability. So the remaining 40% goes to ability F, the one that it does not have. The same holds true for this one all the way on the right with ability F. Its chance of passing down its own ability remains 60%. That is the constant throughout this ability breeding. Its hidden ability, since it does not have the hidden ability, still a 0% chance to pass down that. 0% cannot pass down the hidden ability if you do not have the hidden ability. So the remaining 40% goes to ability K, the ability that it does not have. So if you want a Pokemon to pass down an ability, you want it to have that ability, because those are the best odds of passing it down. That concludes the presentation. This is the end of the presentation. Here's Logan again, because it's funny to laugh at his dick. The end.